the nation's strength, while the nation's future. Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In line with the government's development program to uplift the nation, People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises. Visit your nearest People's Bank for more details.
Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In a few moments, the news.
People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time is 8:45. Here is the news edited by J. Yogaraj, read by Victor Raj. Let's take a look at the headlines of the local news. The President requests the leading constructors to commence and implement many housing projects for the benefit of small, middle and upper middle income earners. The Prime Minister made an observation visit today to historic Muhudu Mahavihar located at Pothaville in Ampara district. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 case tally crosses 15,000 mark. People in Western Province prohibited from travelling outside the province. COVID-19 death toll in Sri Lanka climbs to 44. News overseas, Hong Kong probe democracy lawmakers resign after China ruling. In sports news, Craig Clark's resignation will not change things at Football Association, says Julian Jescott. Local news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa requests the leading constructors to commence and implement many housing projects for the benefit of small, middle and upper middle income earners. The construction sector should make use of the new technology and other know-how to construct systematically structured houses. The President made these remarks at a meeting with the officials of 10 leading housing constructors. The President also requested the relevant officials to commence the project as soon as possible. Commander of the Sri Lanka Army, Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva, says that those in the Western Province are prohibited from travelling outside the province with immediate effect. This directive is effective until midnight on Sunday, November 15th, the head of the NOCPCO said. Accordingly, no one will be allowed to leave the Western Province during this period. Earlier today, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa had instructed officials to take necessary steps to prevent movements from the Western Province, where the majority of the COVID-19 infected were identified, to other parts of the country. The President had issued his directives during the daily briefing with the members of the task force on COVID-19 prevention held at the Presidential Secretariat today. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed 2 more coronavirus deaths in the country today, increasing the death toll due to the virus in Sri Lanka to 44. A 40-year-old who is resident of the Colombo 11 died on admission to the Colombo National Hospital. The cause of the death is cited as a heart attack caused by the COVID-19 virus infection. The other victim is a 45-year-old male from Kalania. He had been receiving treatment at the Hambantota District Hospital since November 1st after being identified as COVID-19 positive. The cause of the death is cited as a heart attack caused by the worsening of COVID-19 infection. Accordingly, the death toll in Sri Lanka due to coronavirus has now increased to 44. 3 COVID-19 deaths have been reported so far today. Early today, it was confirmed that an 80-year-old male, a resident of Panadura, died on admission to the police hospital, and that the post-mortem revealed the cause of death as the heart attack caused by the COVID-19 virus infection. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
More local news. Colombo District Secretary Pradeep Yasaratna says 9,520 families are kept in quarantine centres so far. Dry food packs worth 10,000 rupees have been distributed to 9,316 families so far, he added. In addition, a relief payment of 5,000 rupees has been provided to 455,000 people in this district. The Agricultural Insurance Board has taken effective measures to provide pensions to the agriculture and fisheries sector pensioners. Chairman of the board, Premachandra Apa, said necessary instructions have been given to 4,000 post officers in this regard. Meanwhile, a special work plan has been devised based on President's advice to increase the local fresh milk production. Necessary equipment, milk cows and other assistance will be provided to the dairy farmers. The National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 Outbreaks says that 309 new cases on novel coronavirus have been identified in the country. All new cases are close contacts of previously identified positive cases from the Palyaguda cluster. Accordingly, this brings the total number of COVID-19 cases affiliated with the Minuwangola Palyaguda cluster to 11,542. With these new cases, the total number of coronavirus cases reported in the country thus far has increased to 15,024. Meanwhile, the total number of recoveries crossed the 10,000 mark earlier today and currently stands at 10,183. Presently, a total of 4,797 infected patients are being treated at hospitals across the island. That ends local news.
Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In line with the government's development program to uplift the nation, People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa made an observation visit today to historic Muhudu Mahavihara located at Pothville in Ampara district. The main objective of this visit to find out the present status of the Buddhist temple. A special discussion was also held at this venue under the patronage of the Prime Minister, focusing on the future development plans of the Vihara premises. The Premier also instructed the relevant officials to solve the problems of the local residents residing in close proximity of the Buddhist temple. That came to you in main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight, the consumers seriously complain about escalating price hikes on selected essential goods. This has caused immense difficulties to the low-income families. Some around traders are exploiting this quarantine curfew situation to gain more profits by increasing the prices of essential goods arbitrarily. This is for the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority. That ends Watchlight. Moving on to the world news, let's take a look at the headlines. Hong Kong pro-democracy lawmakers resign after China ruling. Tejasvi Yadav, Bihar's promising new leader in Indian regional politics. Newly discovered primate already facing extinction. World news in detail. All Hong Kong's pro-democracy lawmakers have resigned after Beijing forced the removal of 4 of their colleagues. On Wednesday, Beijing passed a resolution allowing the city's government to dismiss politicians deemed to threat to national security. Shortly afterwards, the opposition lawmakers said they would leave the city legislature in solidarity. For the first time since Hong Kong was handed back to China in 1997, the body has almost no dissenting voices. The political dynast had dropped out of school to pursue a career in cricket. He scored a paltry 37 runs in 7 first-class games and spent 4 seasons on Delhi's team's bench in the prestigious Indian Premier League. Mr. Yadav quit the game in 2012 and plunged into the politics in his home state of Bihar. This time, exit polls for elections in Bihar predicted his time had come. They said Mr. Yadav's regional Rashtriya Janata Dal (RJD) led alliance would outperform the ruling Janata Dal or JDU coalition against the runoff play. A monkey that is now new to science has been discovered in the remote forests of Myanmar. The Papua longur, named after his home on Mount Popa, is critically endangered with numbers down to about 200 individuals. Langurs are the group of leaf-eating monkeys that are found across Southeast Asia. The newly discovered animal is known for its distinctive spectacle-like eye patches and greyish-colored fur. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Hong Kong pro-democracy lawmakers resign after China ruling. Tejasvi Yadav, Bihar's promising new leader in Indian regional politics. Newly discovered primate already facing extinction. That ends World News.
Development News is brought to you by...
My wife always sets a full lunch table even if it's just the 2 of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker, Super Kiyanne Nikang Neve.
The government has decided to establish a pharmaceutical manufacturing zone at Arabok Estate in Hambantota. The Information Director General stated that it has been planned to establish a special pharmaceutical manufacturing zone with modern facilities within an extent of 400 acres of the Arabok Estate in Hambantota so that leading pharmaceutical companies in the world would be attracted. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal submitted by the Health Minister Pavitra Vanniyarachchi to establish 20 pharmaceutical manufacturing companies in 200 acres of land under the first phase of this project. That came to you in Development News.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the 4 of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker, Super Kiyanne Nikang Neve.
Moving on to sports news, cricket. Kieron Pollard hailed the Mumbai Indians as the best T20 franchise in the world after they won the IPL for the record 5th time. It may have sounded like hyperbole in an emotional moment, but Mumbai's achievements arguably back Pollard's assertion. Mumbai have 7 titles, are only on 1 short of Shell-caught Stallions, who are the most successful T20 team with 8 titles. In addition to the 5 IPL titles, Mumbai have won the Champions League T20 twice. It is not only the number of titles that define Mumbai's supremacy over their competitors. It is the manner in which they have demolished the field in the last couple of seasons and specifically in IPL 2020 that underline how they are a cut above the others. For the second successive year, they blanked the losing finalist, the second best team in the competition, by a 4-0 margin in the season. Soccer news. The resignation of Chairman Craig Clark is not going to improve diversity in the Football Association, says former England defender Julian Lescott. Clark resigned on Tuesday after using unacceptable language when referring to the black players. Lescott described Clark's comments as very disturbing and said even thinking about them made him emotional. That ends the sports news.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
United Motors Group recorded a profit of 366 million rupees for second quarter to 13.5 million rupees in second quarter for the financial year 2019 and 2020. The recorded group's revenue was 4.3 billion rupees for the quarter, up from 3.06 billion in the comparable period last year. The year-to-date group profit recorded as 140 million rupees compared to the loss of 185 million rupees during the compared period the previous year. That ends business news.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The government will shortly be kicking off a Ceylon Black Tea campaign with the lion logo targeting 12 countries such as Russia, Ukraine, Japan, China, Middle Eastern countries, Australia, etc. The campaign will target special attention among the young generation, creating awareness. Ceylon tea comes from Sri Lanka and its logo is lion logo using digital and social media, web posts, Vedic clippings, etc. We were also using KOL, key opinion leaders and influencers and a few celebrities, Sri Lanka Tea Board Chairman Jampati Mulligar told media yesterday. That ends economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
It will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Finally, on to the weather report. The Met Department shows showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the island after 1 p.m. Showers will occur at several places in northern and eastern provinces and in coastal areas of Hambantota districts during the morning too. Heavy showers above 100 mm can be expected at some places in western, Sabragama and central provinces and in Gaul, Mathura, Jaffna, Mullaitivu and Kilinochchi districts. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by the temporarily localized strong winds and lightning during thundershowers. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. That ends the weather report. To wrap up the night news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines once again. The President requests the leading constructors to commence the implement many housing projects for the benefit of small, middle and upper middle income earners. The Prime Minister made an observation visit today to historic Muhudu Mahavihara located at Pothuvel in Ampara district. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 case tally crosses 15,000 mark. People in Western Province prohibited from travelling outside the province. COVID-19 death toll in Sri Lanka climbs to 44. News overseas, Hong Kong pro-democracy lawmakers resign after China ruling. In sports news, Craig Clark resignation will not change things at Football Association, says Julian Lescott. With that, we wrap up the night news on Radio Sri Lanka.